Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 5 of digital forensics. This week, we're going to do some fact-checking hacks for finding and confirming locations. And also, we'll have a little talk about protecting yourself from online attacks. Fact checkers and digital forensics people oftentimes are targets of hate groups, of any organization or just trolls online who want to create all kinds of chaos because we tend to go in and debunk a lot of the misinformation, disinformation that they're sharing. So we often become targets, and I'll walk you through some things you can look at there that can help you in those situations. So for our first video, we're going to talk about geolocation and mapping fact-checking tools. Got a short slideshow that I'll play for you here. This comes from some of my old Google trainings. Google Maps and Google Earth. They work kind of coincide with each other. If you're in Google Maps, you can always hop over to Google Earth, or you can just type in earth.google.com. But we're going to talk about verifying and fact checking with mainly with Google Earth, but also maps. Maps can be helpful. You can zoom in and go down to Street View like you can in Google Earth and confirm an area. Maybe someone sends you a photo or something that or some video, and you need to confirm if it's real, if it's really from the area that people are describing, and what to look for when you're looking there. So maps.google.com, which you've used many times, earth.google.com will get you there as well. We'll talk about some other Earth tools as well that are available to you for fact checking. So here is a good example. The Soldiers and Sailors Monument in downtown Indianapolis. Little pinpoint here, you can type it in. Let's say, somebody sent you a photo from here that day and said, oh my God, look at the police are arresting this guy in Indianapolis. And you look at the area and you're like, God, I was in Indianapolis one time. I don't recognize that area. We can go in and confirm it by just searching for it, going in, clicking on the icon. You'll see some quick images like this that pop up from the area. If you click in this little area here, it'll give you street view. You can do a little 360-degree view of the area. You may have seen the cars. They also have bicycles, even people walking sometimes. They have these cameras attached either to their backpacks or the top of the car, and they'll document in 360 images from that area. They're even doing hiking trails up in Montana, people with backpacks. They have small robots that go in areas where we can't get to, and they're trying to document as much of the Earth's surface as they can. They also use Google's Street View images that people shoot with their phones and shoot 360s and post them up there. They go into Google Earth too once you make them public. With your credit, which is really cool. Your images become searchable. So this is one way to confirm something, either just looking at the ground level image or going into Street View and looking in 360-degree whole the visual of the whole area, so you can really see the context of what's in the photo and compare that to what you see in Google Earth. Are they really the same area? Is somebody maybe misrepresenting a photo to you, and it's an old photo from another city, and it's not really from Indianapolis. So you can really, use those tools to confirm things very, very quickly. It also has little titles, that pop up, street names, the buildings, things like that, that you can look, kind of get the bird's eye view. But really, it's this one in the lower right-hand corner, the street view, where you can really go in and confirm the area and what it looks like. So this is street view. This is where you can, follow streets and really look at a route as well, and just kind of keep continuing on. This little work panel in the upper left-hand corner, you can pop in and out of Street View. Some of these may be older too, if it's an area where a lot of construction's going on, you can click in here and go look at a more current image. Aerial views can be helpful. Maybe you have a photo of, like on the right here, of this area where you can see the smoke coming up from a bomb. It was a bombing incident. You can see this little antenna or steeple here, some buildings around it that kind of define the area. You can go in and look at aerial view, and you can confirm those areas. You can see them right on the aerial views, and sometimes the overhead view is it makes it even easier than trying to get down into the street view to confirm something. It's really helpful. Look at things like street layouts, look for monuments, statues, things that are unique to that area, any architectural details. Street signs and shop fronts, very, very helpful as well. Also, license plates. It will blur out a lot of the license plates, but in the image itself, that maybe was sent to you, there was an example years ago. Somebody had circulated an image of a bunch of cars that were submerged in water. It's like, oh my God, look at the flooding in New York, in Upper New York State today. And if you looked at the photo, and you could see some of the license plates in some of the on some of the cars, the water wasn't high enough to cover the license plate, and all of the plates had Missouri plates on them. So this was an old photo from, central Missouri. They had some flooding there or something. So, you want to look at the plates, and usually it kind of blurs the number out, but oftentimes you can see what state it is too. Yeah, if you happen to go in and look into Google Earth and happen to see your car like parked in front of your house or something, and the plates aren't blurred out, email them. You can actually have the whole front of your house blurred out if you want to. That's a little privacy thing that they offer. You can email Google for that. So these are some of the things to look for when you're looking at Street View images. Google Earth Pro, which you don't have to use for this class, but if you're really into satellite images, I do a lot of trainings on this where you can create flyover videos, go back and look at old images and go back in time. You can do that in regular Google Earth too, but Google Earth Pro goes back a little deeper, and you can download images, maybe to show what an area looked like before a wildfire, or what an area looked like before some major construction. And this is, the Las Vegas Strip here, Mandalay Bay hotels here, some a few others. Good for capturing overhead images. Any image that you have in Google Earth is publishable. You can take and publish it. They do ask that you give them credit for it. Most Google images will have watermark on them, either in the lower right-hand corner. This one happens to have a very small watermark in the lower left corner. It's very tiny. Usually Earth gives themselves a little more credit, and they do ask that you credit those images. The reason is they're part of the public domain, because our tax dollars pay for them. Most of these images come from the U.S. Geological Survey, NASA, the U.S. Navy, many other government resources that our tax dollars go to pay for. If you're ever worried about, can I use this image or use this screenshot of this map, go into permissions.google.com, and you can read all the legalese in there. But I just gave you a summary of what that legalese is. Basically, you can take it and use it. So there's an old version of it. Not all the Google images go back to 1965, but some of them do, some of those areas. Most of mine I can get back to 1984 at least. But this is what the Las Vegas Strip used to look like back in 1965, 60 years ago. And here's what it looked like in 2017. So it's good for showing before and after. Juxtaposed JS is a good little slider where you can show an image before and after. And this is a good example of how you can use Google Earth to get older images and newer images, and that's or fresh images. Google Earth, depending on the area, if you're in an urban area like New York, Chicago, it's every 3 to 6 months that they update the satellite imagery. If you're looking back, in some more rural areas, some of those images might be updated every 2 or 3 years. So it can be tough in some areas, but they're trying to hit as many as they can. And they stitch them together, so you can look through them. Same with Street View images. It takes them a few years to, get updated Street View imagery. These are some before and after photos. New York Times just put them side by side, showing the wildfires in Northern California up in wine country. And you can see the before, which came out of Google Earth. After, this was a shot that circulated on Reuters on the right, came from the California Highway Patrol. They were flying a chopper in the area, shot some photos, released them through Reuters so other newsrooms could use them. So newsrooms could use them. You can create graphics too using your Google Earth images. CNN uses them quite a bit. Um, History Channel, a lot of their National Geographic Channel use them a lot in their documentaries. Here's one from the Mandalay Bay Hotel. The Measure tool would have been very helpful here. You could move, the base of the hotel over to the concert area where the stage was right here. And that's the distance that the gunman was from the front of the stage for the Las Vegas shooting. So that's what they used, the overview of the Google Earth so you could see what the area looked like, and it's only about 500 yards, and they easily the gunman could easily reach anybody that was in this area. And in another training, I show you guys how that works using the Measure tool, which we might visit a little bit when we dig into it. Verifying video with YouTube. You can search by filters, filter out various topics. You can do a little filter pull down menu and it gives you some data about the video. Was it updated today, the last hour, this week? The duration. I only want minutes under 4 minutes, something longer than 20 minutes. So you can go through and do. Do you want it in 4K? Do you want to filter it out by 360s or 3D image or videos? Creative Commons rights free videos, sorting by relevance, view count, rating. So you can filter videos out pretty quickly. A lot of times you just search a topic in the search field. It produces all these videos, and you have to scroll through them. These pull down menus under filters really do a nice job of doing that. One thing, whenever you're fact checking video, there are a lot of YouTube channels up there that are fake channels that are made to look like a legitimate, ABC News or The Economist or one of those. So always look around and kind of break down the page and evaluate it. Is the channel verified? Go through their playlists. What other videos do they have? A lot of the fake ones only have one or two videos up. Can you send them a message and reach somebody at that media outlet? What social channels do they have? Most of the fake ones don't have multiple platforms listed here. How big is the audience size? If it's a fake account, usually they just put them up. Maybe it has 4 or 5 followers. This one's got 240,000 followers. Other people that subscribe, other influencers, other people that you can follow, are they kind of clustered in, the media realm? Related channels, how's YouTube's algorithms reading this channel? And, it's listing it among a bunch of other legit media accounts. Other routes, to verify credibility. You can see some of their other channels down here. A few of them are listed up here in the upper right, but there's even more listed down here under their links. And read the description very closely too. A lot of times I go through and look at some of their videos. I just click on the videos tab, just to see if any of them are AI created, which is that little setting in YouTube we talked about in earlier weeks where you have to check the boxes. Yes, it's altered footage or not. If it has a bunch of altered footage videos up there, it's probably not going to be a news channel. So these are some of the things to look for when you're evaluating YouTube video channels and considering using YouTube video. So that's just a little overview how you can verify locations using Google Maps, Google Earth. Really, I use them interchangeably. Maps, if I'm looking for the name of a location, or maybe I can pop into Street View. Most of the time, I do my confirmation work in Google Earth. We've got another training video coming where we're actually going to dig into some of the tools. They're in your week 5 folder here under handout, other tools for geolocating images. So open that up and we'll get started on that in the next video. Thanks.